I got the door all welded up, and then on the first try opening the door, I noticed that I had a bit of a problem. The hinge on the right hand side is binding and dragging. Now I made the door out of this light grade angle iron because I wanted it to be light. I don't want it to be a heavy door to open, but it means that the frame is kind of a bit flimsy, and this hinge holding it on the right hand side meant that it's flexing. Now I'll be honest, I very nearly just thought, well, it's good enough. If you open it with two hands, one hand at each end of the door, then it opens nice and straight and everything. But I knew that if I'd left it, I would have regretted it. So I'm afraid I had to take a step back, cut the right hand hinge right the way off, and get it all cleaned up and working properly. Put it back on. So yeah, bit of a step back, but it had to be done. So this step back cost me quite a lot of time. It was actually very difficult to get the hinge off in the first place. And then quite a long time went just trying to get the lid off of the rust stop bottle. It's supposed to be a child-proof lid, but yeah, it had me stumped for quite a while. And anyway, I got it welded, got the hinge welded back on, and it's working much nicer now. So the weather is uncharacteristically warm right now. I mean, we're still below freezing, but not much. And they're even forecasting in a few days' time that it could be as much as +1, which is great news for me. It means that the rust-inhibiting primer that I want to put on all this metalwork might actually start working. At the moment it doesn't work, the solvent in it doesn't evaporate. So I decided to crack on, get the bottom door done as well, so that I can have all this metalwork ready to paint when the temperature rises. But I did have to take a quick break and sharpen my fish-filleting knife. I got 2 pike and a pike perch that I've got to fillet, and I wasn't going to show this, but there was one nice little point. I found that in the first pike that I filleted, that I got 2 for the price of 1. In its stomach was another fish. It was its last meal. Got a few really good sized fillets, but then it's back to work. So I've got a question for you. I've got this old piece of really thick textured aluminium that I've had lying around for years, and I was thinking, should I make a step here on the back of the bumper? It would mean that the ladder doesn't have to come down so far. You give me your opinion. I'm not going to have that done in this episode, so you've got time to influence my decision. Not sure if I like it or not, so let me know what you think. So for the bottom door, I thought about having the hinge at the bottom so that it would open down, but that would get in the way too much when you're loading and unloading this luggage compartment. So the hinge has got to be at the top, but that means connecting it onto the aluminium ladder. and I would really quite like to have this door open in such a way that I can actually use it as a table. So I want it to be quite sturdy. So I decided I would make a frame around this bottom door using a bit heavier grade metal, and if you've been following from the beginning, you remember at the front of the van there was actually a door sealing off the cab from the living quarters, and that door had a metal frame. It's quite nice stuff, and I'm going to use that. But the next challenge is going to be hinges. I've got some piano hinges that I was considering using, but I really would like it to be something a bit stronger. Looked through all my stuff and I didn't have anything, and looking online I found some hinges that would be great, but they were quite expensive. So I decided to see if I could actually make my own hinges, and I knew I had some thin steel tubing that will do for the outer part of the hinge, but I didn't know if I had anything for the inner part. Then I remembered that I've got these brass rods. And it turns out the universe is still smiling on me. It fits perfectly, or pretty much perfectly. Now, I don't know if there's any reason why I shouldn't use brass for the inside of the hinge. As far as I'm concerned, it's better, but maybe someone's going to put something in the comments and point out why it's a really bad idea. But I'm going ahead with it for now. Let me know what you think. So, my apologies. I said in the last episode that I would update you on my aluminium brazing experiments, but for reasons I already discussed earlier in this video, I decided to concentrate on the metalwork. But we'll be coming up with some experiments for you soon. I have now got the new blowtorch, and I'm looking forward to giving it a try. I will soon be getting the plywood for the inside so I can start putting the walls together. But for now, thanks a lot for watching, keep the comments coming, and I'll see you on the next one.